really say it was probably the Joe Rogan experience. He wasn't the first one to do it, but he kind of proliferated that, like let's just sit down and have a long form conversation. And not only can you get away with it, there's actually an appetite for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think this culture that we have of memes and like short clips and stuff, I think it has sort of run its course, and people are starting to get tired of that. They're realizing that that's an excuse me, that's an easy way to get lied to and to be fed propaganda and just a bunch of BS. Is if you're not really hearing these whole stories. So I think people do like sitting down and hearing that long conversation.
Well, unfortunately, to your point, I think the art of having, and it's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today, because kind of the theme I wanted to have for this conversation is free and critical thinking, and how, as a society, we've lost a lot of that. But I think the art of conversation has definitely been stymied to the point where I honestly think people of a certain age and generation don't know how to have, what would you say, a polite or at least a civil conversation with two parties that disagree with one another. They just don't
Yeah,
know how to do it.
right. Yeah, I was at a meetup yesterday and spent a good hour talking to a gentleman that we agreed on practically nothing, except that we both wanted to help people. But other than that, we did not agree on how to go about it, or what that really looked like or anything. And fortunately, with him, we had um, there was a good communication between us, but I don't see that all the time. A lot of times, what I see, instead of trying to find a higher truth, is trying to be right. And if you're always trying to be right, and I'm guilty of this myself, I'm not perfect. So sometimes I do get that ego thing in there, and I'm like, oh no, I need to crush this guy. But I try to pull myself back. I try to catch myself doing that, because if we can allow ourselves to not be right, then we can find that higher truth, which actually makes us more correct than we were previously. So it's this weird thing of, by not being right, you can be more right than you would be if you were right. That's my, yeah. You'll hear me talk like that a lot, because I call my style enlightenment through absurdity and recursion. So